Hi, this is Lori with a craft party. Wanted to get with you today and do a little bit of crafting. We're going to make this envelope with the doily. First thing that you're going to need is a piece of paper. I've got dyed paper from Easter egg dye. If you would like a video on how to make your own paper with Easter egg dye, leave a comment down below and I will work on getting that out to you. We're going to need a piece of music paper, preferably bigger than your dyed paper, and you're going to need a doily, and let me measure the doily. It is approximately 7 inches across the center. You don't need a fold in it if you can help it, but mine had a fold in it. First thing we want to do, I'm going to move these off to the side. First thing we want to do is fold this in half, or not in half, but like this to make a square. And then we want to cut off this excess here. Get out my handy dandy trimmer. Okay, I'm going to cut that off. Save this because you can use it later on something else. We won't be needing it today for this project. Then you want to fold this. You've already got a crease going one way. You want to fold it the opposite way and make another crease. We're going to take the doily and we're going to glue the doily down. Try to center it up as much as possible, but if you don't get it centered exactly perfect, that's okay. So I'm going to get some glue out here. Okay. Try to center it up as well as possible. And I'm going to get my towel that I always use for sopping up my glue. There's a little bit sticking up here and here and here. You can also use glue stick for this. It would probably actually be a little bit better because it wouldn't warp the paper as much. I am using art glitter glue, so that helps. And just so you know, art glitter glue does not have any glitter in it. It's just the name that they chose for the product. I get a lot of questions about that. Now we want to flip it over, and there's a cross in the middle where we have made our paper cross, and I want to bring one side into the center, flip it over to the opposite side, and match that side up as well. We're going to flip this up to about 1/2 inch, making sure that you get it pretty well centered on both sides. The point should come and be right about where that line is that we have. Make a good crease there. I'm going to glue this down a little bit here. Okay. Then we want to take this about 1/2 inch and fold it up. I don't know if I'm in camera. There we go. Fold it up about a 1/2 inch, trying to keep the point on the line that we have here so it'll be even. And then we just want to take our scissors and cut that off. We want to turn it to the opposite side, and we want to do the same thing as far as folding it down about a 1/2 inch. Try to keep it even on both sides. Crease it. Okay, I'm going to turn this back around. Yep. I want to take my ink. I'm using Faded Jeans. My dauber is a little bit used, but that's okay. Let's try to save money any way we can. We want to ink all the sides, and this is optional. I like to ink. Okay, we want to fold the folds and ink there. Oops. Okay, I think I inked everything. This is your bottom where we cut off the little point. That's your bottom. You want to take your music paper and you want to line it up with where your creases are. So you want one side to be able to fold in like this, bottom to where this piece will fold up without being hindered. Turn it off to the side, and you want to fold it where that crease is. So pull it up. Try to keep it as even as possible. I usually crease mine. You don't have to if you just want to mark it with a pencil. I'm going to get out my cutter again. Keep this. You can use it later for another project. Double check your work. Oh, we got a little, we didn't get quite enough cut off, so we're going to put it back in the cutter. Don't want to cut too much, but want to get it so it'll fit inside. Okay, try this again. Okay. One thing I forgot to do was we want to cut out these corners so we don't have them in our way. It's where your creases both folded in. And you want to do all 4 of them. They also make a punch that you can use to do this too. I just feel like it goes just as fast to use the scissors. We want this up here, the point at the top. And we are going to glue this inside here. So we want to glue this flap down in the center, not past the folds. Then we're gonna put our music paper back in here. Need to bring it over just a little bit. We've got that. Okay. Gonna turn it over, grab our scissors, and we're gonna carefully, because we don't want to cut our envelope, we're gonna carefully cut our music paper off. Save these. We can use it for a later project. Then we want to fold this down again on the fold. Oops, I'm probably out of camera. There we go. Now we want to take our glue. We want to run a thin line of glue, not quite up to where we cut it off, but up close to it. Fold that over, and okay. Then I've got some ephemera here, and I don't know what kit I got this out of. Like I've said before, is I use bits and pieces from old ephemera kits to do a lot of these projects, and that's what these are. And I'm just going to ink all these. Sorry about that. That was my phone. Okay, we've got those inked up. You want a piece something like this. It doesn't have to be exactly like this piece, but something that'll fit on the back here. You want to glue, see if it's got a, nope, doesn't really have a, you want to glue down one side just like you would glue a pocket if you were making a pocket. You want to fold it down over here like that. Let it dry. And that'll be our closure. I didn't center it very good. That'll be our closure for our envelope. I'm going to take this out for right now because we want the glue to dry and I don't want it to glue a flap shut. We're going to turn it over. Still see my glue's wet. And I'm going to make this a pocket. It goes this way. I'm going to make this a pocket just in case we want to put some ephemera in it. And again, you just want to glue around the outside. The closer you get it to the outside, the bigger your pocket's going to be. Sometimes that's not as easy done as it is said. I'm going to put this centered on this in the middle. Okay, so now we've got a pocket. I've got this ephemera, and I'm not going to make a pocket out of it. I'm just going to completely glue it down. Put it here. And then I've got this. We're going to put a little glue on it. Let's go up a little bit with it. Now that I put glue everywhere. Okay, and then I've got some sequins here. Move that off to the side a second. And this is to help you with sequins. I really like using it. It helps out a lot. Okay. I'm going to use this pink ones here. Grab my glue. I'm going to put 3 dots right here of glue. I don't know what this little wand is called, but it works out really nice. You just hold it there a second and the glue kind of grabs a hold of the sequin. Only need one. And then that glue will dry clear, so even though it kind of went over the sequin a little bit, it still will work really good. Put this in there. And we've got a doily envelope. Thank you for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. If you would like, subscribe, comment down below. Also, if you head on over to my Ko-fi shop, I have a free printable there for you for being a watcher. Have a great day. Hugs.